Good morning. It is a rainy day here in central Oklahoma.
It is.
We're supposed to have rain for like the next week, I think. But we don't got to worry about it because we're leaving going to the Bahamas here in a few days. And
Yes.
we are Weichert Realtors Main Edge, Mustang, Oklahoma, episode 72.
Yes.
Rocking right along this year. You know, this year is almost over again. You know,
I know.
We got Thanksgiving next month and Christmas. And, you know, I think it's funny how some stores are already setting up for Christmas, and some of them are just getting their Halloween stuff out, you know, and you're like, I don't know. It's kind of confused little
Or
kids.
there's like one little aisle of Halloween and the rest is Christmas.
Yeah. You know, it blows me away how much people spend on Halloween stuff.
It's
You
crazy.
know, I mean, how the yard decorations and all that stuff. See, it doesn't work again.
It does work.
My poor old iPhone. Of course, it's antique now. I think it's the 5 or 6 or something like that, and they got like 10s and 11s and X's and all this other stuff. You know, used to, I wanted to keep up on all the technology. But now that probably 9 out of every 10 calls I get is either spam or crud or this is the IRS and you must send us money or we're going to turn you into the local cops and they will come get you. You know,
I
you
say
know,
send them.
it is so hilarious, you know, and I keep blocking these numbers. I don't know. It just, something needs to be done about that. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, I guarantee you, 9 out of every 10 calls I get, and, you know, being in real estate, I answer my calls, okay? Mm-hmm. It's garbage. Now, if it's a computer, it's easy to click off on, okay? But if it's a person, boy, do I want to mess with them, you know?
I do.
Keep them on the phone as long as I can. Sometimes, because my phone works through my hearing aid, I just stick it in my pocket, and I'll be working on the computer. I just keep talking to them, eat as much time as I can, you know, while I'm doing something else, and basically totally ignoring them. Except, yeah, whatever, every once in a while. I've seen some deals on the internet where people really mess with them a lot, but I'm not that skilled when it comes to
It's fun.
arguing with people. Well, what all we got going this week?
We have a Bahamas trip. I know.
Yes. Going to the Bahamas, Nassau.
We have a real estate convention, so a few of us will be there
Yep.
and learning some new great stuff to bring back to everybody.
The big Weichert convention for the
Yes.
year. Celebration, I guess it is.
Yes.
And, yeah, I've never been to the Bahamas before.
Me
You ever been
neither.
there? I've been to Jamaica once,
Never been.
and I'm hoping it's a lot cleaner than Jamaica, which I've heard it's a really beautiful place.
All the
And,
pictures look awesome.
yep, taking you know, some of the folks here from the office, taking my grandkids and my wife, and we're just going to go and have a good time. Hopefully, we
Learn.
don't get sunburned. And luckily, that hurricane went around the other side of Florida.
So we will be back. We won't be
Okay.
blown away.
Yeah. So,
Of course, we'll be the Ogies on the beach watching it.
I don't know. We haven't had so much sun in a while. I'm liable to come back fried to a crisp, but I'll be the guy with all the zinc oxide all over his face out there because you know how.
But we'll
it is.
have people covering the office, so people will still be here.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Agents, all that good stuff, and they'll be working right along new listings, taking care of current listings.
We have a lot of rentals right now. It's we don't have that many rentals available.
I was gonna say,
But it's amazing the amount of rent houses out there. And, you know, in the pocket areas, there's certain areas, it's just amazing what you can get rent-wise out of a house. You know, you can take a 800-900 square foot house and get $800 or $900 a month out of it. You know?
right?
That's a lot of it depends on school systems, okay? Which we understand that. You know, I was dealing with some clients this week, and their neighborhood, unfortunately, is a $75 to $77 a square foot neighborhood, okay? And the neighborhood just across the section line is 90 to 95. You know, but you know, you're dealt with what your sales, your comps are in your neighborhood, and it is frustrating for somebody that's been in a house 20 years and maybe expecting it to be worth a little bit more. Of course, we always try to squeeze as much as we can out for our clients,
Right.
but we have to be realistic, and we gotta, we try to come up with the best price that we think it'll appraise for. Okay, because the appraisal basically rules.
It does. And when we give you a price, half the time I've come to Carl many times saying, hey, this neighborhood is funky. We got brand new houses here, we got an older section here, and we got a really older section here, but it's all technically the same addition, just in phases.
And I kind of feel bad for some people, like they'll have a whole neighborhood full of 3-bed, 2-bath houses.
Yes.
And theirs is a 5-bed, 3-bath. It's the only one like that in the whole neighborhood. And it's very frustrating to see them not be able to get the kind of money, because most of the time you have a 5-bed house with 3 baths.
Right.
It's in a nicer neighborhood and all that stuff. And they're kind of killed by the location, even though they're going to be worth a little bit more because it does have 5 bedrooms, but it's not going to be that much more.
Right.
Okay. And I try to tell people when I'm working with buyers not to buy the biggest house in the neighborhood, and don't buy the smallest.
Right.
Try to try to stay in the middle, if you can. But sometimes that house that fits them just perfect, that's the house they need.
And that's in the neighborhood they want. They don't want another neighborhood. So
a lot of people, they're very neighborhood conscious and loyal.
Yes.
Okay. Where I grew up, it's a kind of a pocket neighborhood in Mustang. Houses virtually never sell there. Okay. Of course, a lot of it is family around there. But, when something does come up for sale, bam, it's gone. Okay. Because it's such a unique neighborhood. Everybody wants to raise their kids there. The school bus comes through. Like the neighborhood where I live now, all the kids have to walk either a quarter or a half a mile to catch the bus up at the section line, which is fine. I think that's good for kids. Half the people take them on their golf carts or their side-by-sides up to the bus stop, and it's a little social deal.
Right.
There's so many different kinds of neighborhoods here in Oklahoma. I was looking at the condos up in Georgetown. Got a client that's got 2 of them for sale. You go into Georgetown, and you look like you're in Georgetown, Washington, D.C. You cannot tell you're in Oklahoma City. It's very unique. And there's lots of unique neighborhoods like that all around. So, I don't know, just interesting stuff.
So, pretty much in Oklahoma, you want it, we can find it.
Pretty much.
So, let's see. What else? It's Halloween's coming up. Everybody ready for Halloween?
It's not like her to be without words.
I know,
okay?
right?
Yeah, Halloween. We got our spooktacular going on at the community center. Our Rotary
Yes.
Club will have our Rotary wheel out there. Those little kids in those cute little costumes. They come up, they spin that wheel, and it's got 4 numbers on there. 1, 2, 3, or 4. And a whole bunch of them on there. But these little kids, you'll see them. They're just watching that thing go around like it's big gambling. And they get some like a spider ring or the gummy worms or whatever. And they're just, but they'll do it and they'll go to the back line and get in line again. And we are just always busy doing that. It's a blast. I love doing that for the community.
It's fun.
Yeah, I don't know how many exhibitors or deals they'll have this year, but I think last year they had like 3,000 people come through in that one night. It was a bunch. So,
and we'll put stuff up, and when it gets closer, we'll share that information with you guys of local events that are going on for the kiddos. So they can be safe and have fun.
Yep. Hey, Lewis Wilson's watching. He's got that farmhouse over the neighborhood I was just talking about where I grew up. They call it the tiny house, but it's really not quite tiny, but it's got a beautiful porch around the whole thing, and it looks like it could be on a farm somewhere. And, they have an acre, but it's just a cool house. And the porch is bigger than the house, okay?
Well, that's what it's
got
supposed
this
to be.
great big giant wraparound porch and well lit and got the country charm look to it.
Oh, sweet.
It's cool. So.
Nice.
And that's another thing about that neighborhood. I don't think any 2 houses are even close to the same. They're not cookie cutters. Some of these neighborhoods you drive in, every roof has to be the same color. everything is the same.
Well, and you got to look at, that's another thing I was talking about. I have a house, HOAs. So we have
HOAs.
bylaws and covenants and restrictions and all that. And in some HOAs, you have to get permission to paint your house.
Oh, yeah.
You can't just put a yard ornament in your yard. So if you're thinking about buying an HOA.
I've never lived in an HOA before the one we live in now. And it's a farm, but we still have an HOA for that area. And it's unique, the stuff we can or cannot do. But we wanted the place bad enough we were willing to pay that HOA fee. And we kind of wanted a place that there were restrictions. There's not going to be mobile homes, not going to be, you can't pile junk cars out there in your yard, stuff like that. There's a whole bunch of stuff like that, which I agree with, So we were happy with that.
But if you're buying, and it could possibly be an HOA, get the covenants and restrictions and look over them. Get
your CCRs and make sure you know what you're getting into. That should be uploaded on the MLS.
It should be.
If you're looking at a property, and if it's not, have your realtor say, get a hold of the other realtor. Hey, gotta have these.
Sometimes it's not as easy just to get a hold of them. Like I'm working on trying to get some for my listing now. So as soon as I get them, I'll upload them. But sometimes it's not as quickly.
Yeah, well, I think most people, when they buy a house, even in HOA, they take that pile of paperwork and they put it off somewhere.
And they shove it in that file or that drawer.
They know they got to pay the dues, but they don't really pay much attention to the rest of it. And you really should. Because, like if you're dealing with a townhome or something like that, those HOA fees are incredible. I was
things on roofs and all kinds of stuff that happens.
I was looking at buying a condo as an investment. Cash flow should be real good, but the HOA fee is $4,000 a year.
Oh.
Okay, that's a chunk of change. Okay, and if it's not wrapped into however you buy it, it could be a challenge.
It could be.
But that killed that whole deal because cash flow wise, it was gone. There was no margin. So, gotta watch those margins.
Yes.
All right. Well, I think we're already getting in the Bahama mode here because unfortunately, because as cheap as I am, we got to drive to Dallas to catch the plane to go to Fort Worth because it's half price.
It's ridiculous the difference it was.
It is crazy. And I wasn't born cheap. I really wasn't. I don't think.
No, when you're talking about half, though, even when I was looking at it,
and Dallas is what, 2.5 hour drive?
Three. Where we're going.
Depending on who's driving. But it's going to be great. We're looking forward to it. I guess we probably ought to wrap this up.
Just so y'all know, next Friday we will be attempting to go live from the Bahamas.
From Nassau.
Yes.
Hopefully from the beach or from the
balcony
hotel,
view
balcony,
or
like
ocean view or something just to make it.
I got an ocean view room, okay? But I don't know if you can see the ocean out of the corner of the window or if I get to see the ocean right out the window. You know how those deals are.
Okay. So we've been rambling, so we're going to get
We are. Wackett Realtors Main Edge. Come and see us. We do real life real estate every day.
Bye.
Bye.